Hello everyone. Today we have to learn about integration by partial fractions method. This is one of the method to find the integral of given rational function when it is in proper form, means proper rational function. Okay, here integration by partial fractions method. We are considering this rational function. Numerator is px plus q and denominator is having two linear factors. First factor is ax plus b and second linear factor is cx plus d. First of all, we have to express given rational function in this form. Given rational function is equal to constant a divided by first linear factor plus constant b divided by second linear factor. Okay, then making denominator of right hand side similar to denominator of left hand side, try to get above form in this form. Numerator px plus q as it is, this equal to sign as it is, then a into cx plus d plus b into ax plus b, and consider this is equation number 1. Now we have to find out constants, or we can say arbitrary constants, capital A and capital B by using following method. To find arbitrary constant A, put denominator of A, ax plus b is equal to 0 in equation 1. We are substituting ax plus b is equal to 0, means x is equal to minus b upon a in equation 1. Okay, then to find b, similar to above case, to find b, put denominator of b, cx plus d is equal to 0 in equation 1. That is nothing but x is equal to minus d upon c we have to put in equation number 1. That gives value of arbitrary constant b. Here we are considering two linear factors in denominator. If suppose rational function is of this type, in denominator there are three linear factors, ax plus b, cx plus d and ex plus f, and numerator is px plus q. Degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. That is nothing but proper rational function. And you can express this in this form. This is equal to arbitrary constant a divided by first linear factor, this one, plus arbitrary constant b divided by second linear factor from this, plus arbitrary constant c divided by third linear factor. Then px plus q is equal to a into cx plus d into ex plus f plus b into ax plus b into ex plus f plus c into ax plus b into cx plus d. Okay, and consider this is equation number 1. Now to find a, put ax plus b is equal to 0 in equation 1. If we substitute ax plus b is equal to 0, that is nothing but x is equal to minus b upon a. Then we are substituting ax plus b is equal to 0, means this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, and replace x by minus b upon a on left hand side and on right hand side only in first term. That gives arbitrary constant a. Then to find value of arbitrary constant b, put denominator of b, that is cx plus d, is equal to 0 in equation number 1. That is x is equal to minus d upon c, and this gives value of arbitrary constant b. And then to find the value of c, put denominator of c, that is ex plus f, is equal to 0 in equation 1. Hence x is equal to minus f upon e, we have to substitute in equation number 1. That gives value of arbitrary constant c. Now we have to learn about a special case, or we can say special formula. If suppose numerator is constant and denominator is multiplication of two functions, f of x and g of x, then this is equal to, we can write 1 upon g of x minus f of x into bracket 1 upon f of x minus 1 upon g of x. This is also one of the formula for finding partial fractions. But here what is important, denominator f of x and g of x both must be linear factors only, or both must be quadratic factors only, and g of x minus f of x must be equal to some constant, not a variable. Then you can apply this formula to find partial fractions. Let us solve sum number 1. Evaluate integral of dx upon x plus 2 into x plus 3. This sum is appeared in winter 2012 and summer 2015 for 2 marks. To evaluate this integral, I is equal to, we can write integral of dx divided by x plus 2 into x plus 3. Now here 1 upon x plus 2 into x plus 3. Denominator contains two linear factors. First linear factor is x plus 2. Second linear factor is x plus 3. And numerator is constant. We have to find out partial fractions of integrand. So applying special case. Instead of f of x and g of x, we are taking a and b. Since 1 upon a into b is equal to 1 upon b minus a into bracket 1 upon a minus 1 upon b. Apply this formula. A is first linear factor, that is x plus 2 suppose, and b is second linear factor, that is x plus 3 suppose, and x plus 3 minus x plus 2, that will be a constant. So we can easily apply this formula for finding partial fractions of given fraction. Hence we can write 1 upon x plus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to 1 upon b minus a, means 1 upon x plus 3 minus x plus 2 into bracket 1 upon first linear factor is x plus 2 minus second linear factor is x plus 3. Then this is equal to, we can write 1 upon x plus 3 minus x minus 2 into bracket 1 upon x plus 2 minus 1 upon x plus 3. Okay. Now here x gets cancelled and 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So 1 upon 1 is 1. Hence we can write 1 upon x plus 2 minus 1 upon x plus 3. These are partial fractions of this rational function. Put these partial fractions in integral and then you have the integral. Hence we can write I is equal to integral of 1 upon x plus 2 minus 1 upon x plus 3. Integral with respect to x. Separate the integrals. Integral of dx divided by x plus 2 minus integral of dx divided by x plus 3. Now we have to apply this formula. Integral of dx divided by ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is coefficient of x, a. Okay. Now I is equal to integral of dx upon x plus 2 is logarithm of x plus 2 divided by derivative of x plus 2 with respect to x or coefficient of x, that is 1, minus logarithm of x plus 3 plus integral constant c. This is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 2. Evaluate integral of dx upon x into x plus 1. This sum is appeared in summer 2010 and winter 2013 and 15 for 2 marks. Here x is linear factor, x plus 1 is also linear factor. Means denominator contains non-repeated linear factors and numerator is constant. So here also we can apply special case to find out partial fractions of given rational function. I is equal to integral of dx divided by x into x plus 1. Now we have to find out partial fractions. Since we know 1 upon x into x plus 1. Applying special formula, this is equal to 1 upon b means x plus 1, a means x. X plus 1 minus x into bracket 1 upon first linear factor minus 1 upon second linear factor. Okay. Then this is equal to, we can write 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 1. These are partial fractions of given fraction. Hence I is equal to, we can write integral of 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 1 integral with respect to x. Separate the integrals. I is equal to dx divided by x minus integral of dx divided by x plus 1. Okay. Since you know integral formula 1 upon x integral with respect to x, this is equal to log x, and integral of 1 upon ax plus b integral with respect to x is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is a, which is coefficient of x. Applying these two formulae here, integral of dx upon x, this is equal to log x, minus integral of 1 upon x plus 1, this is equal to logarithm of x plus 1, plus integral constant c. Now, if you want, you can collect these two terms applying property of logarithm. What is that property? Logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. So, I is equal to, we can write logarithm of x upon x plus 1 plus integral constant c. This is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 3. Evaluate integral of e to the power x dx divided by, in first bracket, e to the power x minus 1, in second bracket, e to the power x plus 1. This sum is appeared in winter 2015 and 19 as well as summer 2019 and 23 for 4 marks. So, applying substitution method, we can simplify given integral. Here, put e to the power x is equal to new variable t. Differentiate this. Then e to the power x dx is equal to dt. Put e to the power x is equal to t and e to the power x dx is equal to dt in given integral. So, I is equal to integral of dt divided by t minus 1 into, replacing e to the power x, and here also t plus 1. Okay, and now you can see t minus 1 and t plus 1 both are linear factors. Okay, so we can apply special formula 1 upon a into b is equal to 1 upon b minus a into bracket 1 upon a minus 1 upon b. So a means first linear factor and b means second linear factor. So for given rational function 1 upon t minus 1 into t plus 1, this is equal to, we can write 1 upon t plus 1 minus t plus 1 into bracket 1 upon first linear factor is t minus 1 minus 1 upon second linear factor is t plus 1. Okay, bracket close. And then simplify, t gets cancelled, 1 plus 1 is 2. So this can be written as 1 upon 2 into bracket 1 upon t minus 1 minus 1 upon t plus 1. These are partial fractions of given rational function. This is given rational function. Now put these partial fractions in given integral. I is equal to, we can write integral of 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is taken outside the integral sign. 1 upon t minus 1 minus 1 upon t plus 1 integral with respect to t. Separate the integrals. I is equal to 1 upon 2 integral of dt divided by t minus 1 minus integral of dt divided by t plus 1, bracket close, and then apply this formula. Integral of 1 upon or dx upon ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b is a. Applying this formula for both of these two integrals, I is equal to 1 upon 2 into bracket logarithm of t minus 1 minus logarithm of t plus 1 plus integral constant c. So now we have to replace new variable t by old variable x. So you can replace t by e to the power x here. Before that, you can apply property of logarithm. You know, logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. So applying this property, I is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of t minus 1 divided by t plus 1 plus integral constant c. Now replace t by e to the power x. Hence I is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of e to the power x minus 1 divided by e to the power x plus 1 plus integral constant c, and this is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 4. Evaluate integral of dx divided by x into bracket 1 plus log x, second bracket is 2 plus log x. This sum is appeared in winter 2012 for 4 marks. To evaluate this integral, first of all, given integral we can put as it is. I is equal to integral of dx divided by x into bracket 1 plus log x into another bracket 2 plus log x. Here also we have to use both the methods, substitution method as well as partial fraction method. So substitute log x is equal to new variable t. Differentiate this. Differentiating we get 1 upon x dx is equal to dt. And now replace 1 upon x dx by dt and log x by t in given integral, and then rewrite the integral. I is equal to integral of dt divided by 1 upon x dx is dt. Now first bracket is 1 plus t, second bracket is 2 plus t. And now 1 plus t and 2 plus t both are linear factors. So to find its partial fractions, again we have to apply the special case. So we can write 1 upon 1 plus t into bracket 2 plus t. This is equal to 1 upon 2 plus t minus 1 plus t, minus 1 minus t, into bracket 1 upon first linear factor, that is 1 plus t, minus 1 upon second linear factor, that is 2 plus t. Okay, simplify this and get the partial fractions. T gets cancelled, 2 minus 1 is 1. Hence this is equal to 1 upon 1 plus t minus 1 upon 2 plus t. So integral can be written as I is equal to integral of 1 upon 1 plus t minus 1 upon 2 plus t integral with respect to t. Separate the integrals. I is equal to integral of dt divided by 1 plus t minus dt divided by 2 plus t. And now applying integral formula, since integral of dx divided by a plus bx, this is equal to logarithm of a plus bx divided by b. b is nothing but derivative of a plus bx or coefficient of x, which is b. Hence I is equal to integral of 1 upon 1 plus t is logarithm of 1 plus t minus integral of 1 upon 2 plus t is logarithm of 2 plus t plus integral constant c. Now again applying property of logarithm, logarithm of m minus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m upon n. Hence this integral I is equal to logarithm of 1 plus t divided by 2 plus t plus integral constant c. But this is in new variable t. So we want old variable x. Now we can replace t by log x by using substitution. So I is equal to logarithm of 1 plus log x divided by 2 plus log x plus integral constant c. So this is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 5. Evaluate integral of cos x divided by 2 plus sin x into bracket 3 plus sin x. Integral with respect to x. Here also we have to apply both the methods, substitution as well as partial fraction method. First of all, consider integral I is equal to given integral cos x divided by 2 plus sin x in one bracket and 3 plus sin x in another bracket, integral with respect to x. So first of all we have to use substitution. Put sin x is equal to t. Differentiate this. This gives cos x dx is equal to dt. Hence integral I can be written as I is equal to integral of dt divided by 2 plus t, 3 plus t. Now here 2 plus t and 3 plus t both are linear factors, and you know the formula, special case, that is 1 upon a into b is equal to 1 upon b minus a into bracket 1 upon a minus 1 upon b. A is suppose 2 plus t and b is suppose 3 plus t. Hence we can write 1 upon 2 plus t into 3 plus t is equal to 1 upon 3 plus t minus 2 minus t into bracket 1 upon 2 plus t minus 1 upon 3 plus t, bracket close. Simplify this and get the partial fractions of given fraction. Dt gets cancelled. 3 minus 2 is 1 and 1 upon 1 is 1. So this is 1 upon 2 plus t minus 1 upon 3 plus t, and put these partial fractions in given integral. Hence I is equal to, we can write integral of 1 upon 2 plus t minus 1 upon 3 plus t integral with respect to t. You know, integral formula, integral of dx upon a plus bx is equal to logarithm of a plus bx divided by derivative of a plus bx is b. Applying this formula, and first of all separate this, I is equal to, we can write integral of 1 upon 2 plus t is logarithm of 2 plus t. Derivative of 2 plus t is 1 minus integral of 1 upon 3 plus t is logarithm of 3 plus t. Derivative of 3 plus t with respect to t is 1 plus integral constant c. And now applying the property of logarithm, I is equal to logarithm of 2 plus t divided by 3 plus t plus integral constant c. T is new variable. We want old variable x. So replacing t by sin x. Here I is equal to, we can write logarithm of 2 plus sin x divided by 3 plus sin x bracket close plus integral constant c. And this is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 6. Evaluate integral of log x divided by x into bracket 2 plus log x in second bracket 3 plus log x integral with respect to x, and this sum is appeared in summer 2014 and 17 for 4 marks. To evaluate this integral, I is equal to, we can consider log x divided by x into 2 plus log x in second bracket 3 plus log x integral with respect to ex. Here also we have to apply substitution method as well as partial fraction method. Put log x is equal to t. Differentiate this 1 upon x dx is equal to dt. Put log x is equal to t and 1 upon x dx is equal to dt in given integral. Hence integral I can be written as integral of t 1 upon x into dx, that is dt, divided by 2 plus t 3 plus t dt. Okay. Now find partial fractions of t upon 2 plus t into 3 plus t. Hence we can write t upon 2 plus t into 3 plus t. This is equal to arbitrary constant a divided by first linear factor plus arbitrary constant b divided by second linear factor. This is equal to, you can write, now take the denominator of left hand side as it is 2 plus t and in another bracket 3 plus t. Now denominator of capital A is 2 plus t. From here cancel 2 plus t, remains only 3 plus t. Hence we can write A into 3 plus t plus denominator of b is 3 plus t, cancel from here, 3 plus t is gets cancelled, remains only 2 plus t. So b into 2 plus t. Now you can check denominator of left hand side and denominator of right hand side, both are equal and there is equal to sign between left hand side and right hand side. So we can say that numerators must be equal. Hence we can write t is equal to a into 3 plus t plus b into 2 plus t, and consider this is equation number 1. Now from here we have to find out values of arbitrary constants a and b. Put that values here, that gives partial fractions. To find a, what we have to do? Put denominator of a is equal to 0. Put 2 plus t is equal to 0 in 1. We are considering 2 plus t is equal to 0, means we are substituting t is equal to minus 2 in equation 1. So replace t by minus 2 on left hand side, and on right hand side 2 plus t is equal to 0 means second term becomes 0, remains only first term. A into 3, t is minus 2, 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. This implies a is equal to minus 2. This is value of arbitrary constant a. Similar to this, we have to find out value of arbitrary constant b. Denominator of b is 3 plus t. Put 3 plus t is equal to 0 and put in equation number 1. 3 plus t is equal to 0, means t is equal to minus 3. Put in 1. Hence t is equal to minus 3 on left hand side, that is minus 3 is equal to b into 2 minus 3. This implies b is equal to 3. Now put these values here and get the partial fractions. Hence we can write t upon 2 plus t. This is equal to a is minus 2 upon 2 plus t, and b is plus 3 upon 3 plus 2. Now integral I, this integral we can write I is equal to integral of minus 2 upon 2 plus t plus 3 upon 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3. Here 3 plus t, not 2, 3 upon 3 plus t. Integral with respect to t. Separate the integrals. I is equal to minus 2 integral of dt divided by 2 plus t plus 3 integral of dt divided by 3 plus t. But you know this formula, integral of dt divided by a plus bt. This is equal to logarithm of a plus bt divided by derivative of a plus bt with respect to t, that is b. Hence I is equal to, we can write I is equal to minus 2 logarithm of 2 plus t plus 3 logarithm of 3 plus t plus integral constant c. Now take this minus 2 as the power of 2 plus t and take this 3 as power of this 3 plus t. Hence I is equal to logarithm of 1 upon 2 plus t square plus logarithm of 3 plus t cube plus integral constant c. Now applying the property of logarithm, logarithm of m plus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m into n. So I is equal to logarithm of 3 plus t cube divided by 2 plus t square plus integral constant c. Now replace t by log x. Okay, so I is equal to logarithm of 3 plus log x its cube divided by 2 plus log x its square plus integral constant c, and this is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 7. Evaluate integral of 1 upon x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. Integral with respect to x. This sum is appeared in summer 2011 for 4 marks. So I is equal to given integral dx divided by x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. This is proper rational function. We have to find out partial fractions of integrand. Hence 1 upon x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. This can be written as arbitrary constant a upon first linear factor, that is x plus 1, plus arbitrary constant b upon second linear factor, that is x plus 2, plus arbitrary constant c upon third linear factor, that is x plus 3. Then taking denominator of left hand side as denominator of right hand side, x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. A upon x plus 1. This x plus 1 gets cancelled with this. Remains two factors, x plus 2 and x plus 3. We can multiply a with these two factors. A into x plus 2 into x plus 3. Similar to this, b into x plus 2 gets cancelled with this, x plus 1 into x plus 3 plus c into x plus 3 gets cancelled with this, x plus 1 into x plus 2. Now LHS is equal to RHS and denominators are equal, hence numerators must be equal. We can write 1 is equal to a into x plus 2 x plus 3 plus b into x plus 1 x plus 3 plus c into x plus 1 x plus 2, and consider this is equation number 1. To find value of a, as usual method, equate denominator of a to 0 and put in 1. Put x plus 1 is equal to 0 in equation 1. X plus 1 is equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 1. If we substitute x plus 1 is equal to 0 on right hand side, this term gets cancelled and this term becomes 0, means both terms become 0, and remains only left hand side is equal to first term, that is right hand side. Hence 1 is equal to a into, we are replacing x by minus 1 here, minus 1 plus 2 minus 1 plus 3. Hence 1 is equal to minus 1 plus 2, that is 1, minus 1 plus 3, that is 2, and hence 1 is equal to 2a and a is equal to 1 upon 2. Value of first arbitrary constant. Now let us find value of second arbitrary constant b, and denominator of b is x plus 2. Equate this to 0. Similarly, to find value of c, equate denominator of c, that is x plus 3 is equal to 0, and put in equation 1. So to find value of b, put x plus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1. Hence x is equal to minus 2. If we substitute x plus 2 is equal to 0, first term becomes 0 and third term becomes 0, remains only second term. Hence 1 is equal to second term, replacing x by minus 2. Hence 1 is equal to b into x by replacing by minus 2 plus 1 minus 2 plus 3. 1 is equal to b into minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, minus 2 plus 3 is 1. So 1 is equal to minus b, and hence b is equal to minus 1. This is value of arbitrary constant. Let us find value of arbitrary constant c. Substituting x plus 3 is equal to 0 in equation 1. X plus 3 is equal to 0 means x is equal to minus. Hence 1 is equal to. And now if we substitute x plus 3 is equal to 0, first term becomes 0, second term becomes 0. Hence 1 is equal to only third term. C into, we are replacing x by minus 3. Minus 3 plus 1, minus 3 plus 2. Hence 1 is equal to c into minus 2 minus 1. 1 is equal to 2c, and this gives c is equal to 1 upon 2. This is value of arbitrary constant c. Put these values of arbitrary constants and get the partial fractions. Hence we can write 1 upon x plus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to a upon first linear factor. A is 1 upon 2 upon first linear factor is x plus 1 plus b upon second linear factor. B is minus 1 and second linear factor is x plus 2 plus c upon third linear factor. C is half upon third linear factor is x plus 3. Okay. These are partial fractions of given fraction. Hence I is equal to integral of 1 upon 2 1 upon x plus 1 minus 1 upon x plus 2 plus 1 upon 2 1 upon x plus 3 integral with respect to x. Separate the integrals and find the value of each integral. 1 upon 2 integral of dx divided by x plus 1 minus integral of dx divided by x plus 2 plus 1 upon 2 integral of dx divided by x plus 3. So applying the formula of integration, dx divided by ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b. Derivative of ax plus b is a. Hence I is equal to 1 upon 2 logarithm of x plus 1 minus logarithm of x plus 2 plus logarithm of x plus 3 divided by 2 plus integral constant c. So now logarithm of x plus 1, take this half as power of x plus 1 and take this half as power of x plus 3. Hence I is equal to, we can write logarithm of square root of x plus 1 minus logarithm of x plus 2 plus logarithm of square root of x plus 3 plus integral constant c. And you can apply properties of logarithm. Logarithm of m plus logarithm of n is equal to logarithm of m into n. And you know logarithm of m minus logarithm of n, which is equal to logarithm of m divided by n. So I is equal to, we can write this plus this, logarithm of square root of x plus 1 into square root of x plus 3 divided by x plus 2 plus integral constant c. And now here I is equal to logarithm of square root of, you can take multiplication of these two, x plus 1 into x plus 3 divided by x plus 2 plus integral constant c, and this is value of given integral. Let us solve example number 8. Evaluate integral of 2x square plus 5 divided by first factor x minus 1, second factor x plus 2, third factor x plus 3. Integral with respect to x, and this sum is appeared in winter 2019 for 4 marks. In denominator, all these three factors are linear factors or linear polynomials. Now, first of all, express given integral. I is equal to integral of 2x square plus 5 divided by first linear factor x minus 1, second linear factor x plus 2, third linear factor x plus 3, integral with respect to x. We have to find out partial fractions. So integrand is a fraction in this form, 2x square plus 5 divided by x minus 1, x plus 2, into x plus 3. And this is equal to, we can write arbitrary constant a divided by first linear factor, arbitrary constant b divided by second linear factor, and arbitrary constant c divided by third linear factor, and addition of these. Now, denominator of left hand side is x minus 1 into x plus 2 into x plus 3. So, LCM of right hand side we have to take denominator of left hand side, x minus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Now, denominator of arbitrary constant a is x minus 1. This x minus 1 gets cancelled with this x minus 1. So, a into x plus 2 into x plus 3 plus b into x plus 2 gets cancelled with this x plus 2, remains x minus 1 and x plus 3 plus c into x plus 3 gets cancelled with this, remains x minus 1 into x plus 2, x minus 1 into x plus 2. Okay. Now, simplify this. You know, LHS is equal to RHS. Denominators of LHS and RHS are equal, hence numerators must be equal. We can write 2x square plus 5 is equal to a into x plus 2 into x plus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x plus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x plus 2, and consider this is equation number 1. Now we have to find out values of arbitrary constants a, b, c. To find a, put this x minus 1 is equal to 0 in equation 1. That is x is equal to 1. We have to put in equation 1. This implies x minus 1 is equal to 0. That is nothing but this second term becomes 0, third term becomes 0. So replace x by 1 on left hand side and in first term of right hand side. 2 times 1 square plus 5 is equal to a into 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3. 2 into 1 square means 1. 2 plus 5, 7 is equal to a into 3 into 4. 7 is equal to 12a. Hence a is equal to 7. Here 7 is equal to a into 3 into 4. So 3 into 4 is 12. Hence 7 is equal to 12a. Hence a is equal to 7 upon 12. This is value of arbitrary constant a. Similar to this, we have to find out values of arbitrary constants b and c. To find value of b, put this x plus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1. X plus 2 is equal to 0 means what? X is equal to minus 2. If we substitute x plus 2 is equal to 0, first term becomes 0 and third term becomes 0. Remains only middle term, that is second term. Hence, replace x by minus 2 on left hand side and in second term. This gives 2 times minus 2 square plus 5 is equal to b into minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 plus 3. Hence, minus 2 square means 4. 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 5, 13 is equal to b into minus 3 into 1. Hence, b 13 is equal to minus 3. 13 is equal to minus 3b. Hence, b is equal to minus 13 divided by 3. Here, value of b we obtained minus 13 divided by 3. To find value of c, put this x plus 3 is equal to 0. Hence, x plus 3 is equal to 0 in equation 1. X plus 3 is equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 3. And then, to find value of c, if we substitute x plus 3 is equal to 0 in equation 1, first term becomes 0 because here x plus 3. Second term also becomes 0 because here also x plus 3. Only third term remains there and left hand side. So replacing x by minus 3 on LHS and on RHS, 2 times minus 3 square plus 5 is equal to c into minus 3 minus 1 in second bracket minus 3 plus 2. Hence, minus 3 square means 9. 9 into 2, 18. 18 plus 5, 23 is equal to c into minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. Minus 3 plus 2 minus 1. Minus 4 into minus 1, 4. Minus 4 into minus 1. Hence, 23 is equal to 4c, and this gives c is equal to 23 upon 4. Okay, this is value of arbitrary constant c. put values of arbitrary constants a, b, c in this equation. Okay, so to get the partial fractions of 2x square plus 5 divided by x minus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, this is equal to arbitrary constant a is 7 upon 12 divided by x minus 1. Arbitrary constant b is minus 13 upon 3 divided by x plus 2, and arbitrary constant c is 23 upon 4 divided by x plus 3. And then integral I can be written as I is equal to integral of 7 upon 12 1 upon x minus 1 minus 13 upon 3 1 upon x plus 2 plus 23 upon 4 into 1 upon x plus 3 and integral with respect to x. Separate the integrals. Hence I is equal to 7 upon 12 integral of dx divided by x minus 1 minus 13 upon 3 integral of dx divided by x plus 2 plus 23 divided by 4 integral of dx divided by x plus 3. Since we know integral of dx divided by ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is a. So applying this formula, we can write I is equal to value of first integral, this 7 upon 12 as it is, logarithm of x minus 1 minus 13 upon 3 into value of second integral, that is logarithm of x plus 2 plus 23 upon 4 into logarithm of x plus 3 plus integral constant c. Okay, and then if you want you can simplify this, otherwise keep this as it is, and this is final answer. So this is value of given integral. Let us solve sum number 9. Evaluate integral of x plus 1 divided by x into x square minus 4 integral with respect to x. This sum is appeared in winter 2013 for 4 marks. To evaluate this integral, let I is equal to given integral as it is, x plus 1 divided by x into x square minus 4 integral with respect to x. First of all, we know a square minus b square expansion of this, that will be a plus b into a minus b. Hence x square minus 4 can be written as x square minus 4, that is nothing but x square minus 2 square, which is equal to x plus 2 into x minus 2. Hence integral I is equal to, we can write integral of x plus 1 divided by x into x plus 2 into x minus 2 integral with respect to x. Now degree of numerator is 1 and degree of denominator is 3, because denominator contains 3 linear factors which are non-repeated. So we have to find out partial fractions of this integrand. To find partial fractions, x plus 1 divided by x into x plus 2 into x minus 2, this is equal to, we can write arbitrary constant a divided by first linear factor, that is x, plus arbitrary constant b divided by second linear factor, that is x plus 2, plus arbitrary constant c divided by third linear factor, that is x minus 2. Now LCM of right hand side is equal to denominator of left hand side. Denominator of left hand side is this one, x into x plus 2 into x minus 2. This x gets cancelled with this x, then we can write a into multiplication of these two factors, a into x plus 2 into x minus 2 plus b into this x plus 2 gets cancelled with this, then b into x minus 2, x into x minus 2 plus c into x minus 2 gets cancelled with this x minus 2, so c into x plus 2. Now LHS is equal to RHS and denominator of LHS is equal to denominator of RHS. Hence numerators must be equal. Numerator of left hand side is equal to numerator of right hand side. Applying this property, we can write x plus 1 is equal to a into x plus 2 into x minus 2 plus b into x minus 2 plus c into x plus 2, and consider this is equation 1. This equation 1 is very important to find values of arbitrary constants. To find value of arbitrary constant A, put x is equal to 0 in equation 1. And this gives, we are substituting x is equal to 0, so second term becomes 0 and third term becomes 0. Remains only first term and left hand side. So 0 plus 1 is equal to A into 0 plus 2, 0 minus 2. 1 is equal to A into 2 into minus 2. 1 is equal to minus 4A. 1 is equal to minus 4A. And this implies A is equal to minus 1 upon 4. This is value of arbitrary constant A. Similarly, to find value of arbitrary constant B, put denominator of B, x plus 2. X plus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1. Now, x plus 2 is equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 2. If we substitute x plus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1, first term becomes 0 and third term becomes 0. Remains only second term and LHS. So, x is equal to minus 2 we have to put here. Minus 2 plus 1 is equal to b into minus 2 into bracket minus 2 minus 2. Hence minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 is equal to b into minus 2 into minus 4. Minus 1 is equal to b into 8. Okay. Hence b is equal to minus 1 upon 8. This is the value of arbitrary constant b. Then to find value of arbitrary constant c, put this x minus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1. Hence x minus 2 is equal to 0. This gives x is equal to 2. If we substitute x minus 2 is equal to 0 in equation 1, then first term becomes 0 and second term becomes 0. Remains only third term and left hand side. Hence 2 plus 1 is equal to c into 2 into 2 plus 2. 2 plus 1 is 3 is equal to c into 2 into 4. So 3 is equal to 2 into 4 is 8. 8c. This gives c is equal to 3 upon 8. This is the value of arbitrary constant c. Okay. Now putting values of arbitrary constants, partial fractions of given fraction, that is partial fractions of integrand, will be here x plus 1 divided by x into x plus 2 into x minus 2 is equal to, we can write a upon x plus b upon x plus 2 plus c upon x plus 3. But what is a? A is equal to minus 1 upon 4 upon x. What is b? Minus 1 upon 8 upon x plus 2. And what is c? C is 3 upon 8 divided by x minus 2. And now put this as integrand. Hence we can write integral I is equal to integral of minus 1 upon 4 upon x plus minus 1 upon 8 upon x plus 2 plus 3 upon 8 upon x minus 2 integral with respect to x. Separate the integrals and evaluate. I is equal to integral of, we can take minus 1 upon 4 outside the integral sign, dx divided by x. Then minus 1 upon 8 is taken outside the integral sign, dx upon x plus 2. Then plus 3 upon 8 is taken outside the integral sign, dx upon x minus 2. And we can apply this formula, integral of dx divided by ax plus b is equal to logarithm of ax plus b divided by derivative of ax plus b, that is equal to a, which is coefficient of x. Hence I is equal to, we can write minus 1 upon 4, value of this integral log x, minus 1 upon 8, value of this integral logarithm of x plus 2 plus 3 upon 8, value of this integral logarithm of x minus 2 plus integral constant c. If you want, you can simplify this, otherwise keep this as value of given integral, and this is final answer. So let us stop here. Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks.